Did you get the record notice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do I have to press continue?
Welcome. We're just going to wait for people to come in. Thank you for being right on time. All right.
I think so. The ones in the front seat.
Okay. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being right on time. We'll introduce ourselves and we'll get started. So hopefully we'll get you in and out quickly this evening. My name is Tessa Brown. I'm one of the assistant principals at Seaside High. With me is Carmen. Carmen, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, buenas tardes. Soy Carmen aquí de la escuela de Seaside High School. Soy la asistencia. Estoy encargada de la asistencia. So,
Gracias, Carmen. Y
corporate,
también,
I'm in charge of attendance.
y también, we also have Miss Diane Salmone.
Hola, me llamo Diane. Yo soy la enfermera de Seaside High. Hi, everybody. I'm
Thank you,
the-
Diane.
Welcome.
And Alex Jennings.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex Jennings. I'm the athletic director here at Seaside High School. Hola, me llamo Alex Jennings. Soy el director de atléticos aquí en Seaside High School.
Gracias, Alex. We have a short presentation and then we will open it up to questions. Feel free to put questions in the chat as well, and we'll try to answer them as we go along. Okay, Carmen, you got that?
Can you say that one more time?
We're going to do a short presentation followed by questions, and people can add their questions to the chat as we go.
Okay. So, la cosa es de que vamos ahorita a hacer la presentación y ya luego, mientras que estamos haciendo la presentación, si tienen cualquier preguntas o comentarios, pueden ponerlo ahí en el chat.
Gracias, Carmen. All right. We are here tonight to talk about school reopening and the option for hybrid learning. We're going to cover our current Monterey County health data. We're going to set the stage for what our hybrid model is going to look like and what the schedule for in-person instruction will look like. And then we'll take questions and hopefully answer them to the best of our ability.
So, lo que vamos a cubrir hoy va a ser preparando el escenario, horario de las instrucciones presencial, preguntas y respuestas luego al último, pero más bien vamos a estar cubriendo ahorita el aprendizaje de distancia y cómo se va a ver más o menos el aprendizaje híbrido.
What you need to know about our county COVID cases is they are going down, and they are down significantly from where they were at in December and January.
Okay, so los casos confirmados de COVID en el condado de Monterrey han bajado drásticamente. So, eso es algo muy importante para nosotros para volver a abrir de vuelta de nuevo la escuela.
With the revised the modified blueprint, we are now in the red tier as of today.
So, con el condado de Monterrey modificado, el estado del nivel de métrico de nosotros aquí de este condado, estamos ahorita bajamos del morado, bajamos al rojo.
As long as we stay in the red tier, we will be able to open for in-person learning on April 12th, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
So, con que nos sostengamos en el nivel rojo, podríamos ya luego reabrir de nuevo el 12 de abril.
We are going to open up Seaside High School, or the plan is, in 2 phases. First, we would open for our 9th and 10th graders on April 12th, followed by our 11th and 12th graders on April 19th.
So, el horario de regreso del aprendizaje en persona sería que el 12 de abril entrarían los del 9º y del 10 grado, y luego el 19 de abril ya es cuando siguieran los del 11 y del 12.
We plan to follow the California Department of Public Health guidelines in bringing students back to school in person. Student desks are going to be spaced at least 6 feet apart. And also our students are going to be divided up into 2 groups. So all of our in-person students will be divided in half, with half attending 2 days a week and the other half attending the other 2 days a week. This is in order to minimize the number of students on our campus and make sure that we're keeping safe distances between one another.
Porque el modelo de aprendizaje híbrido para el aprendizaje en persona, lo que van a hacer es de que ahorita van a asegurarse de que las sillas de los estudiantes estén de 6 pies de distancia entre cada uno en el lugar. Van a hacer lo más posible de el esfuerzo de buen fe. Vamos a tener que, como dice aquí, para permitir el distanciamiento social, los estudiantes deben de dividirse al menos por 2 grupos, que es grupo A y grupo B, y venir físicamente a la escuela en diferentes modos.
In terms of considering the model for reopening, the district has prioritized safety as their #1 guideline in terms of what reopening looks like. Additionally, the model prioritizes consistency. We really want students to keep their current schedules with their current teachers. Stability, we know families have moved heaven and earth to accommodate distance learning within their households, and we don't want to ask you to dramatically redo your schedules for just that last 8 weeks of school. So we're trying to keep things stable. Equity. We want to create in-person learning opportunities, but also not disadvantage families that want to stay at home and feel like distance learning is the safest place for them. Additionally, the social emotional well-being of our students is always a priority and has been in distance learning and will continue to be as we return.
Las consideraciones claves priorizadas ahorita sería obviamente la seguridad. Implementar un éxito de las guías de seguridad descritas por el Departamento de Salud Pública de California, estar con asistencia, mantener los estudiantes con sus maestros, clases, o por ejemplo, no tratar lo más posible de que no se vayan de un lado al otro, estar todos tanto como sea posible, pues. Estabilidad, mantener la estabilidad en los horarios de las familias que han realizado cambios significados para participar con éxito en la educación a distancia. Equidad, que es garantizar oportunidades de aprendizaje equitativos para el aprendizaje en persona, obviamente, y el bienestar social y emocional de los estudiantes, apoyo a la salud y a los bienestares social y emocional de los estudiantes.
This is the schedule that's being proposed, and it's the one that we're going to be moving forward with starting on April 12th. You can see that all students will continue in distance learning in the mornings from 8 to noon. They have their period 1 through 4 classes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So distance learning will not change. The part that's new is after lunch, students are invited to come on to campus. We're calling this hybrid. So if a student's at home in the morning and then comes on to campus in the afternoon, that's going to be called hybrid learning. Students are going to be invited to come onto campus either Monday, Tuesday as part of an A group or Tuesday and Thursday as part of a B group. You're going to see that they would be on campus from 12:40 to about 2:30. And then after 2:30, from 2:30 to 3:15, all of our students would have access to our teachers for office hours. Wednesdays, students would not come on campus. It would be a distance learning only day. So you can see that from the picture. We'll get into a little bit more detail and answer questions in a minute.
Okay. So este es un ejemplo, una muestra del horario de la escuela para los estudiantes. So todos los estudiantes obviamente van a estar de 8 a 12, estarían todavía aprendiendo, va a ser todo virtual todavía para todos, pero ya de las 12:40 a las 2:30 sería el schedule que estuviéramos dando ahorita, el horario de los estudiantes sería el aprendizaje abrido, que sería el que estamos ahorita. So, para los estudiantes que deciden regresar, que sería el aprendizaje de híbrido, sería en la mañana sería de virtual de 8 a 12 y ya de 12:40 a 2:30 estuvieran aquí en persona. So, sería el lunes y el martes sería como para el grupo A y el jueves y viernes sería para el grupo B. Ahora, para todos los que decidan quedarse en aprendizaje de distancia o que si deciden agarrar el horario de los estudiantes como híbrido, todos los miércoles los que no van a participar aquí en persona, todos estuvieran virtualmente de 8 a las 9:55.
Admittedly, the schedule has its drawbacks. There's really no perfect schedule. But what this schedule does do is it maintains students' current teachers, their current teacher-student relationships. It provides consistency for our students. And very importantly, it ensures safety. So it allows us to be really intentional about the number of students we have on our campus at any given time.
So, por el resumen, más o menos, la encuesta indica que los preferirían de cada niño en Parent Square. So, van a tener opciones. Ustedes, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I skip
I
a slide?
think, yeah, you skipped on the.
I did.
I think so.
Let's see. Oh, maybe. No, we're good. We're good.
No? Ok. So, la cosa es de que vamos ahorita más o menos al resumen. So, lo que va a suceder es de que van a tener obviamente las opciones de estar en aprendizaje de distancia o aprendizaje de híbrido. So, van a tener que escoger, va a ser en Parent Square. Si es posible de que no pueden ustedes aquí en Parent Square, pueden venir aquí a la oficina. Estamos aquí de lunes a viernes de 8 a 4. Si tienen algunas preguntas, obviamente también pueden hablar aquí a la escuela. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that's all we wanted to. And as Carmen was saying, the next step that we need from families is we sent a survey out via Parent Square, and we need to know if you want to continue with distance learning only, or if you'd like a hybrid schedule with your student coming 2 days a week in the afternoon. If you do not have access to Parent Square, we also have a survey here on campus. You're welcome to come to our office. We're open between 8 and 4 every day. Just come on in and let us know what your preferred option is.
So, como les había dicho anterior, por Parent Square les mandaron una encuesta que tendrían ustedes que llenar allí. Si es por alguna razón que no pueden llenarla en Parent Square o no tienen acceso o cualquier cosa que sea, obviamente, problemas, pueden pasar aquí a la oficina como les había dicho, estamos abiertos desde las 8 de la mañana hasta las 4 de la tarde. Pueden también hablarnos y preguntar a cualquier preguntas que tengan, también pueden hablar aquí a la escuela.
All right, so I'm gonna, we already have a couple questions in the in our messages. I'll try to answer those. I would invite everyone to put their questions in the chat box, and I'll also give us the ability to unmute if you want to unmute and ask your question as well. One of the questions that I'm getting so far, and Carmen, if you could translate, is how will I know if my student is coming on a Monday, Tuesday, an A group, or a Thursday, Friday, a B group? That's a great question. Students will be divided alphabetically. If you have a specific preference, though, feel free to email me directly and I will try my best to accommodate.
So, una de las preguntas que tuvimos es de que cómo van a saber los padres si el estudiante va a estar en el grupo A o en el grupo B. Obviamente va a ser por apellido, pero si por alguna razón ustedes deciden que quisieran diga por ejemplo de que tiene a su otro estudiante en la middle school y el horario lo quisiera igual, lo que puede es de que también le puede hacer email a Tessa Brown y preguntarle y pedirle que si es posible de juntarlos pues en el mismo día.
Also, Carmen, we will work with our middle school and elementary school partners to make sure that alphabetically we line up so that if your students at one school site are attending school the same day as our school site.
Ok, so también lo que vamos a hacer es de que, como dijo Ms. Brown, es de que nos vamos a tratar de comunicar con ellos para poderlos de la escuela, diga que, por ejemplo, como les había dicho, es de que si es que tiene un estudiante en la middle school y tiene otro en la high school, so por los apellidos y todo, vamos a tratar de que si por eso no se pueden conectar, vamos a tratar lo más posible de juntarlos pues y todo, pero si tienen preguntas, pueden hacer email a Ms. Tessa Brown o también pueden hablar aquí a la escuela y preguntarnos.
I have a question from a parent. I'll
Awesome.
read it here. So the parent asks, for those doing hybrid, would they be able to attend office hours at school or would they have to leave campus?
That's a great question. Students would all need to enter and exit campus at the same times. And so they would need to attend office hours virtually. However, if your student is coming on campus and needs support in a specific class, we would try to schedule the student with that teacher during the time that they are on campus. So that's a great question. Feel free to unmute or write your questions in the chat.
Ms. Brown, we had a few people come in late. Is this presentation going to be available?
I'm recording it and we will post it. We can post it to the website and I can put it in via Parent Square. I can also give a brief summary right now as well. We are returning to school. We are now in the red tier, and students will have the option to remain in distance learning full-time or return to school in the afternoons starting April 12th for 9th and 10th graders, or April 16th for 11th and 12th graders. And we're asking all families to complete a survey to let us know their choice. So if you'd like to have your students continue with full-time distance learning, or if you would like to have your student continue with full-time distance learning in the morning and additionally opt into afternoon sessions, we are asking that you fill out a survey. Carmen, you want to just do a brief summary in Spanish for our families too? Thanks.
So, como habíamos dicho anteriormente, lo que está, obviamente la junta es de que vamos a regresar de escuela. Ya estamos ahorita del morado en el modelo, del morado estamos ahorita en el rojo. So ahorita van a tener la opción de tener el aprendizaje de híbrido o aprendizaje a distancia. Necesitarían que llenar la encuesta de que les mandaron por Parent Square. Si es por alguna razón que no pueden tener acceso a su Parent Square o si por cualquier cosa que tengan problemas, pueden venir aquí a la oficina y llenarlo aquí en la oficina. Ahí es donde van ustedes decidir que si es que los quieren tener en todavía continuar en el aprendizaje de distancia o si decidieran ustedes de tener el aprendizaje híbrido. Obviamente lo tendríamos que tener ya para el miércoles, para el final del miércoles, pero como hemos dicho, si tienen algunas preguntas, lo que sea, pueden hablar a la escuela. También si es que tienen problemas aquí en la escuela, si vienen a llenarlo aquí, sería estábamos las horas de aquí de la oficina son de 8 de la mañana hasta las 4 de la tarde.
We also got a question, great question, about how students are deciding what classes they'll take in the afternoons. They were actually emailed a survey with options today. So the student was emailed directly with some different options, and we were asking them to choose their top 2. We also reserve the right, if they're needing academic support in a specific class, we will be prioritizing that, but we have some great options. A Google form went directly to the students today. So, Carmen, la pregunta es, ¿cuál clases pueden
Escoger.
escoger
Okay.
los tres?
So, la cosa es de que les van a mandar a los estudiantes, les mandaron hoy una encuesta donde les preguntan, les dan diferentes opciones de qué clases quisieran ellos participar aquí en la escuela. Se los mandaron hoy, tienen la opción, creo que son dos clases, 2 opciones que ellos tendrían. Pero si es que por alguna razón el estudiante no está yendo bien en una clase o algo, van a hacer lo más posible de ponerlo en las clases donde van a beneficiar ellos mucho mejor entonces.
For those just joining, we're taking questions and answers about the hybrid schedule for return to school. So please feel free to put your questions in the chat or unmute and ask us.
I had a question about masks. So the staff and the students will be wearing masks. A 2-layer cotton is the best, but any mask that they wear is fine as long as it doesn't have a valve on the side.
All staff will be wearing masks as well.
Yes, I'll stop there, Carmen, for you so I don't talk too long.
So, ahorita de las máscaras, todos tuvieran un cubrebocas, obviamente. Cualquier cubrebocas está bien. Obviamente que el mejor dice ella sería un doble de algodón, pero dice ella que obviamente cualquier cubrebocas sería bien. Lo que sí no quisieran es un cubrebocas donde tuvieran como una válvula al lado, donde entrara, saliera el aire. Quieren un cubrebocas donde estuviera todo cerrado completamente. Todos los estudiantes tuvieran un cubrebocas, al igual que todos los trabajadores aquí, maestros, quien estén aquí en la escuela.
We'll have extra masks available. So in case the fit isn't good, we could give them a disposable one.
So, si es, por ejemplo, de que por cualquier cosa de que si se les olvida, no tienen o algo, tendremos aquí cubrebocas extras. Si serían disponibles, obviamente. So, de eso no tuvieran que preocuparse también.
I got a question about JRTC teams in the afternoon, and they are absolutely running teams. Our JRTC teachers are so excited to be able to do that. That is one of the options in the survey. Students can absolutely select that. They can select they can select that as their only option, or they could select 2 options. So students are allowed to select up to 2 options, and we're going to do our best to accommodate those requests. Can we wear neck gaiters? That's a great question, Diane. Oh, I forgot to have Carmen translate. Carmen.
Hubiera una pregunta del GROTC. So, sí es una de las opciones que tienen los estudiantes allí. Pueden, como les habíamos dicho, en la encuesta van a poder, de todas las opciones, pueden tener 2 opciones, pero si es que nomás están interesados en JROTC, pueden nomás escoger JROTC y están muy contentos los maestros de regreso en eso.
Thank you, Carmen. Gracias, Carmen. Hay una pregunta sobre neck gaiters. Can students wear neck gaiters, Miss Diane?
Overall, we're saying no because the coolest ones are just out of Lycra. So, you know, like these. So you'd have to actually wear 2. So overall, we're saying no. What is acceptable is a 2-layer cotton, and they're just really rare. They're not cool. It's hard to find. So overall, we're saying no.
So we would prefer a mask, and
Yeah.
we'll give the student a mask if they do come to school with a gaiter.
Yeah, correct.
So, la cosa es de una de las preguntas tuvieron que si son las gator mask, que son los cubrebocas de que empiezan del cuello para arriba, como la que tenía la enfermera Diane. La cosa de esos es de que no fuera algo que quisiéramos que tuvieran aquí los estudiantes. Así es que vienen aquí con ellas. Les daríamos nosotros un cubrebocas de aquí en la escuela que tuviéramos aquí extras.
I have another question. Is it required that they come in the afternoon?
Thank you, Ms. Gray. That's an excellent question. It is not required that students come in the afternoon. It's 100% optional and at the discretion of the family. It's your choice. We just ask that you let us know what you choose by tomorrow using the Parent Square survey.
So, una de las preguntas de que tuvieron es de que si es mandatorio de que regresen aquí en la tarde. No es mandatorio, es 100% opcional, pero sí quisiéramos que tomaran la encuesta para avisarnos ya para mañana.
But participation in the morning is required.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Ms. Gray. All students are required to continue with distance learning. Yes.
Y sí, todavía es necesario de que los niños participen en las mañanas cada día, obviamente.
I got a question for students who are working. Will they be able to take distance learning classes in the afternoon? The answer is no. All our distance learning classes will be in the morning and it will follow the current distance learning schedule. So unfortunately, we won't be able to provide their students core classes in the afternoon. So only be in the mornings.
Una de las preguntas que también tuvieron es de que para los estudiantes que estén trabajando, que si es opcional tener las clases en la tarde, no podrían tomar las clases así en la tarde. Sería obviamente nomás en persona aquí en la escuela. Right? That one was there.
I have a question about if we're just going to go to one class per day. I'm assuming we're talking about the afternoons. And if you submitted this question and I get this wrong, please follow up. So we're going to go to one class per day. So if say I have a JRTC on an A day, am I obligated to go there? So if you sign up for the class, if you're saying you are going to come in the afternoons, you do need to follow through on that commitment. We are going to be taking attendance and parents will be getting phone calls if you don't come to your afternoon class that you signed up for.
Una de las preguntas tuvieron es de que los niños, que si es que en la encuesta ponen ellos la opción de regresar obviamente aquí a la escuela para las clases en la tarde. So, tendrían que asistir obviamente aquí a las clases por la tarde si es que fue algo que escogieron ellos. Si es que no asisten, les hablaremos a los padres, asegurarnos que lo que está sucediendo, pero sí sería algo de que si cuando fue la opción, por eso es de que quisiéramos que llenaran las encuestas para asegurarnos, porque toma mucho tiempo para que ellos estén poniendo los horarios de los estudiantes de regreso.
I have a student asking a question. If they clicked 2 classes on the survey, but they only want one of them, what did they do? Well, you're coming back 2 days a week. And so you are going to be scheduled to be busy 2 days a week. So just leave the classes how they are. And and we'll create a schedule for you. If you'd like to email me telling me what your top one is, you are more than welcome. I have a follow-up question about when does hybrid learning start? Maybe somebody who came in a little late. For 9th and 10th graders, it's going to start April 12th. And for 11th and 12th graders, it's going to start April 16th. Sorry, Carmen.
So, ahorita preguntaron de que cuando iba, creo que para la gente que apenas va entrando, es de que vamos a empezar aquí el aprendizaje híbrido. Empezaría el 12 de abril, sería para los del 9º y del 10. Luego el 19 de abril sería para los del 11 y del 12 grado.
Anybody else have any questions? Alex or Miss Diane or Miss Gray or Miss Carmen, do you have any?
Not that I can see. So again, you'll post this on the website and Parent Square?
Yes, thank you, Miss Gray. We will post on the website and Parent Square a recording. Okay, when do live classes start again? So they will start in the afternoons if you opt into hybrid learning. You'll have distance learning in the morning and in person in the afternoon. That would start April 12th for 9th and 10th graders and April 16th for 11th and 12th graders. Also, questions about how do I know if I'm in the A group or a B group? We will be letting you know. It's going to be based on the alphabet. If you have a specific preference, you're welcome to email me and I'll try to accommodate. So A group would be Monday, Tuesday afternoon in person, and B group would be Thursday, Friday afternoon in person. And Carmen, I just need to take a breather for you. I'm sorry.
So, obviamente, ahorita como estaban diciendo es de que tendríamos que la encuesta acabarla ya para el miércoles, entregarla. Los que serían ahorita, si tuvieran ustedes a los estudiantes de que les mandaran la encuesta para ellos, tendrían que escoger sus opciones también, obviamente, para así. Pero si hay algo que ustedes específicamente quisieran saber o quisieran una clase en específica, pueden mandarles un email a Miss Tessa Brown y comunicarse con ella y haría ella todo lo posible para eso.
I'm getting a question. In the afternoon, will you learn the same thing or something different? So in the afternoon, there's going to be options for intervention. So if you're needing help with a specific class, your teachers will be able to support you. There'll also be options for extension and inspiration. So in those cases, you'd be learning something different. Mr. Sanders sent out a survey today with where students could indicate what classes what 2 classes they were interested in taking in the afternoon. So be sure to check that out.
Before the students arrive on campus, if they will send them a QR code, so if they could scan it with their camera and fill out their health status. We're looking to see if they have any COVID-like symptoms, and then they would stay home and the health staff would give their parent and them a call to follow up.
I got a really good question just now. Can we change classes if we don't like them? Unfortunately, the answer is no, because we have to keep you in a stable group. We can't mix students between groups. So that was a really good question. Thank you for asking that.
Carmen still has to translate my QR code.
Carmen, I'm sorry.
I might need that quick recap.
Of course. So before the student arrives at school, it would be great if they will send them a QR code to scan with their camera, and it'll ask them on a form if they have any COVID-like symptoms or if anybody has COVID at home. And then they would stay home, and then the health staff would call the parent and the student.
So, la cosa es de que nos estaba diciendo la enfermera Diane es de que a los estudiantes se les mandaría a la casa es como un código de que tuvieran ellos con su teléfono que pasar y que con eso ya si tuvieran síntomas de COVID o si alguien en la casa tiene COVID, sería preferible de que antes de entrar a la escuela pudieran llenar eso para que nosotros supiéramos qué es lo que estaba sucediendo y si es por esas razones que se quedaría en casa, pues, o algo.
If the student doesn't have a phone, then we'll have papers with the teacher that the student can fill out.
Entonces, si por alguna razón los estudiantes no tienen teléfono o acceso a su teléfono, tendríamos aquí en persona para ellos llenar esa encuesta, pues, de que ahí les hicieran preguntas si tienen cualquier síntoma y todo, y todos modos, aunque no tuvieran teléfono, aquí tuviéramos en papel, pues lo hicieran aquí.
And Ms. Carmen, Ms. Brown, there was a question about whether they can change classes. And so the answer is no, unfortunately.
So, una de las preguntas que tuvieron es de que si en cuanto escogieran sus clases, si es que por alguna razón no les gustaría esa clase o por cualquier otra cosa, que si podrían cambiar de clase ya después de que la escogieron. Y la respuesta para eso sería no. La razón que hacemos eso es por su seguridad, para no estar yendo de un grupo a otro grupo y es lo que no quisiéramos nosotros, mezclar los grupos. Cuando salga esta encuesta, obviamente quisiéramos que ustedes escogieran lo que ustedes de veras quisieran tener, porque ya para cambiar de opción no sería para eso, después de empezar después la escuela.
Part of that is a health protocol that if anybody would change groups, they have to wait 10 days in between. And so we can't be changing due to COVID.
So, obviamente fuera, como les dijimos, es por seguridad. No quisiéramos, si es por ejemplo que si quisieran salir de una clase a otra clase, tuvieran que esperarse ellos 10 días entre el medio para poder entrar a otra diferente clase. Por eso es la razón que nosotros no estamos haciendo todo es para, obviamente para la seguridad de ustedes, de sus estudiantes.
Okay, we'll just wait a few minutes, see if anyone else has any other questions. And if not, we'll wrap things up. So if you have a question, please enter it in the chat or unmute.
Hello, my name is Mr. Rice.
Hello, Mr. Rice.
And I'm Taylor's father, and I did have a question about him. Did I just lose it? About him going back in the afternoons. Is he supposed? There you are. I just had a question about, is he supposed to sign up for something to go back for the hybrid classes?
Oh, you're asking the perfect wrap-up question. Yes. So there's two things. One is there's a Parent Square survey. So please tell us if he's planning on coming back. There's a survey in Parent Square. If you don't get the Parent Square, no problem. Just come on into the school. The second is your student received an email directly for him to choose which classes he would like to take in the afternoon. And if you could please fill that out.
Okay.
Perfect.
So he has an email on his Bisping, okay.
Got it today from Mr. Sanders. So you can look over his shoulder, tell him to look for his email from Mr. Sanders.
Okay, all right.
Perfect. I have a question from a student. If we drive onto campus, where do we park? You can park in the student parking lot like normal. That won't be a problem. That's a great question. Do we need to take our computer when we go to hybrid? Yes, you will bring your computer with you coming on and off campus. Great questions. I'm sorry, Carmen.
Carmen.
So there's a question, Mr. Rice's question about just what do we need to do to be in person?
Oh, Tessa? We had one of the questions was, what about the football class?
So I understand that, so that's one of the options too for students to sign up for. So if they're wanting to be with Coach Avila and do some, make sure they're academically eligible and get ready for some spring workouts, that is one of the options, and they can check that option in the survey.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Seaside High isn't playing football until August next year.
That is correct, but they're always working out, that team.
Okay.
Carmen, will you translate where they're supposed to park?
Can you run that by me one more time?
Where are students, can they park on campus?
Okay, so. Una de las preguntas fue que dónde se pueden estacionar los estudiantes, y va a ser en el estacionamiento de los estudiantes que tenemos aquí al lado por donde están los filas, por el gym, más bien.
There's also a question about whether or not students are going to need a parking permit to park on campus. The first few days you will not. If we do implement a permit, we will distribute them in your classes and let you know. But don't worry about that when you come to campus for the first day.
So, una de las preguntas es de que si necesitarían el permiso de para estacionarse, el permiso de aquí de la escuela, pero por lo menos por los primeros días no sería necesario. Si es que luego se va a implementar eso, ya luego nosotros les mandaríamos nosotros en las clases de los maestros aquí.
We have a new student who's asking, where is the student parking lot? So when you come into school, and you come in the front entrance, you go left towards the gym, and that's where the student parking lot is.
So preguntaron que es dónde está localizado el estacionamiento de los estudiantes, y entrando aquí a la escuela se va a ir a la izquierda y nomás dándole allí es donde se pueden estacionar allí los estudiantes.
Overall, we're discouraging carpooling, but we just entered the red tier. So we'll have to see if the red tier says 2 or 3 families are allowed to interact, but that's the only 2 or 3 families.
Do you want to translate that, Carmen? We're discouraging carpooling.
Okay, so ahorita lo que no quisiéramos es de que raitearan juntos los estudiantes. Ahorita lo que creo que es como estamos ahorita en el nivel rojo, habían dicho sería como de 1 a 2 familias, pero por ahorita por el momento no quisiéramos que se mezclaran pues todos ahí. So.
I have a student who made a course selection and then changed what courses she wanted. You can resubmit the survey, send me an email. Your classes will pop up in Echo. So just be extra kind to me if I get it wrong. Just send me an email and tell me, Ms. Brown, this is not quite right. But yes, you can fill it out again, but try not to make it too confusing for us. What days would group A be? So there's 2 groups. Group A would be Monday and Tuesday, and group B would be Thursday and Friday. Those groups will be designated by last name, and we'll be communicating that out based on how many students sign up.
Una de las preguntas fue de que cómo se dividieran en los grupos A y el grupo B. Y el grupo A sería el lunes y martes, el grupo B sería el jueves y viernes, Y eso fue, obviamente la división sería por apellido.
All right, that was a good burst of excellent questions. Any other questions? Okay, I think we're good. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate the opportunity to interact with you virtually. We miss you and we look forward to being able to welcome you more and more onto our the Seaside High campus. This presentation, the recording will be posted on our website and we'll send it out via Parent Square as well. Feel free to call the school if you have any follow-up questions. Thank you for being here tonight. Carmen, you want to just wish everyone well and gracias por todos.
Gracias a todos. Después de esto, subirán este video en el internet para nosotros, de nuestro website allí. Si algunas preguntas tienen o cualquier cosa, pueden hablar aquí a la escuela. Obviamente otra vez les voy a decir las horas de aquí de la oficina sería de 8 a 4 y esperamos que los niños de regreso.
Thank you all. And I'm seeing in the chat too, there's an athletics meeting at 6 o'clock. So if you are a parent of a student athlete, they would love to see you there. Thank you all. Go Spartans, of course.
Thank you.